Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to another episode of Pop Key's Kitchen. Well, it's Thursday again, so I thought I'd do a little bit of baking here today. I'm going to make some those chocolate Dutch cookies there, and I kind of like to add some of those chocolate chips into mine, Let's see what I got for ingredients here to make this stuff. Over here I've got a couple of cups of sugar, got a couple of cups of flour, I got about 2 teaspoons of vanilla, I got about 2 tablespoons of baking soda, I got a little bit of baking powder. I like the Rumford. I don't know what you fellers use, but that always seemed to work pretty well. I got about a teaspoon of salt in there, give or take. I got 2 of these quarters of butters and 2 fine eggs here. And I got a little bit of sugar here to roll them in. And I have the ice cream scoop to make a ball with. Get them all about the same size. So this shouldn't take us very long to put this together. When we get done, we're going to bake them, let's see, at 350, 10 to 12 minutes. I'll wait and heat up my oven later and cook them later. So, I think the first thing I'm going to do is put my butter in there. Left this out for a little while, hoping to get it to room temperature, because you get it room temperature, it seems to work a little better. There's 1/4. We always made our butter when we were back in the 50s and 60s. We had a butter churn. Of course, we had some cows, so we always had plenty of milk to drink and heavy cream and homemade butter. There's nothing like homemade butter, I'll tell you that. That stuff is good. Oh, something about it. Made just right. Yep. Took a lot of turning back then. They didn't have any of them electric ones back then. Heck, I think there was only about 2 outlets for electricity in the whole house. Overloaded, of course, with all kinds of plugs in it. Wonder we didn't burn the house down. But I had that old knob and tube in there that tie around these insulators to keep the wires apart, but those mice would get up in the attic, and they'd get to chewing on them things, and the first thing you know, somebody had to crawl up in the attic and do some repairing. Well, enough jabbing. Let's get this, I'm going to add my eggs. I'm going to add my vanilla. The cocoa that I have here to put in there is about a cup or so, is the dark chocolate. I like the dark. You can use whatever you want. Put this down, see if I can get this whipping. Like smell that vanilla. looks like she's mixed together pretty well. So I'm going to add my ingredients. Some sugar, about 2 cups or so. My cocoa. And of course my chocolate chips. Can't leave them out. There, throw them right there. Now let's see if we can get this mixed together. Add a touch of water. Get the consistency the way I want it. Looking good. Oh yeah. That looks just about perfect to me. Use my scrapey thing here. Get it all off. Don't want to waste any of that good stuff. Okie doke. There. Get it off my fingers here. got my scoop. Into the sugar bowl. Onto the paper. Maybe it'd work better if I take that off there so it's not in my way. That's better. And a really rich chocolate. I don't flatten these out, I just leave them in the ball. You can do as you want to. Try to space them apart as much as you can. They'll be pretty good sized cookies. Don't make these very often, but they're a nice little treat. Just looking for something to fill that spot that you can't seem to touch with anything else. You grab one of these chocolate cookies and it just makes you smile. We used to make our own ice cream too. Boy, that was good. Oh, tasty, tasty. Mainly just the vanilla, but like all of it was tasty stuff. There's about 6 of them there. Let's see how many more we can get. Or if you want to make more, you can always double your batches. If I make too many, I'll eat them all. I mean, like in 2 days, so. I got these on sheet pans. I put some of that parchment paper down. I had to clean out my stove the other day. I was cooking that, what was I cooking? Something. Cheesy bread, I think, and some of it got down into the oven, so I had to get my chair out and sit over there and get that thing all cleaned up and put some new rental wraps in there. Nothing worse than have a little bit of smoky house, you know, when you're trying to bake something. Let's go to make around a dozen cookies. That one kind of hate to come out of there, but I got it. There's a dozen. I'll squeeze a couple more on there if I can. Use every last drop I got here. I never was one for wasting any food. You don't always know where your next meal's coming from, so you make sure you eat it all. Give them a little space if I can. I don't know, can we squeeze one more out of here? Maybe. Look at that, by golly, we did it. Voila. That chocolate is so tasty. So there you have it. Didn't spend very long putting them together. Now I'll heat up this oven and see how they come out. I hate to push that button on there with them sticky fingers. I better rinse them off. Paid $1,200 for this iPhone. I still don't know how to use it, and I've had it 3 years. Oh well. I found all the buttons I need, so what the heck. And I never call anybody, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright. I'll be back and show you what they look like. Bye for now. There they are, folks. Put little sprinkles on the top. Oh, they're very chewy. Delicious. Soft in the center. Just the way I like it. Delicious.